All Progressive Congress Rivers State Chapter has accused the Caretaker Committee Chairman of the party in the state of deliberately flouting the rule of law. In a statement issued on Friday by the State Publicity Secretary, Darlington Wuju, the APC claimed that Okocha and his paymasters are engaging in the same actions they have previously accused others of. He said, Tony Okocha is trampling on the rule of law and he knows it. The very same thing both he and his paymaster have been shouting against others is what they have been doing, dancing naked. The worry is not just that we all can see liars masquerading as Democrats, but it is worse because these liars are also hypocrites. Despite a ruling by the Rivers State High Court, Okocha has continued to present himself as the CTC chairman of the party. Justice Sika Aprioku, in a ruling in a suit filed by Sam Etetegun, Banath Ezamonye, Ezekiel Obom, and others on behalf of the democratically elected APC executive in the state, reinstated executives led by Emeka Beke as the legitimate leadership of the party in Rivers State. The court issued a perpetual injunction against the Okocha-led Caretaker Committee, prohibiting them from interfering with the Beke-led executive until the end of their 4-year term. ATN reports that the Okocha-led APC has begun preparations for state, local government and ward congresses in the state, scheduled to start on Saturday, November 16, 2024. In response to the Okocha-led APC's preparation for the congresses, Wuju pointed out that Okocha has filed an appeal against the court ruling that dissolved the Caretaker Committee in the state. The statement further suggested that Okocha's actions indicate either a lack of confidence in the judiciary or an overconfidence in the outcome of the appeal. Wuju reflected on the party's actions in 2018 when he defied a court order saying, "This the same APC in Rivers State in 2018 went ahead against the order of the court to conduct a congress, and the consequences became fatal in 2019 when a party with government at the center could not field candidates at all levels in the state for the first time in the history of democracy in Nigeria. Good students of history choose to learn from the past rather than allow history to repeat itself." Wuju stated that participating in the Congress planned by Okocha will amount to spitting on the judgment of Justice Sika in the forthcoming Congresses.
Well, you are aware that I am the APC Eleme AGA Organizing Secretary under the leadership of Chief Emeka Beke at the state.
Aware. That's why you're here.
That's why I'm here. And it gives me concerns when the party at the national is actually fueling this crisis in APC Rivers State. Because I know they've got some interest to protect, and it doesn't really tell well for the party. Rivers State APC has been characterized with so much crisis, and this crisis have been feared by just one man and aided by the APC National. It's quite sad that the rule of law, some people appear to be disobedient to the rule of law, and the rule of law itself, but from the judiciary, is being selective. On one breath, the Tony Okocha and his likes are accusing Governor Fubara for disobeying court ruling. They are conspiratorial court ruling and judgments. In another breath, they are at the same time flouting, showing flagrant disobedience to rule of law. A court of competent jurisdiction has actually pronounced or ruled that Emeka Beke is the legitimate and lawfully recognized party chairman in Rivers State APC. There is no judgment against that. It appears to be entertained or sat against on that. And Tony Okocha, whom was the purported caretaker chairman before he was ousted, is still parading himself and still going ahead to conducting what congresses and state congresses. The question now is, who is aiding him? Who support is he actually operating on all these activities? Because if a court has removed, has sacked you, you have no right, you have no legal or legitimacy to begin to take these actions. So I think it's not about Okocha alone. There are unforeseen hands, and Rivers people know those people know the characters behind all these actions. So I think the national itself should be fair to APC Rivers State under the leadership of Emeka Beke and do the needful. There is no need supporting illegitimacy. It's uninspiring to begin to encourage illegality in the name of political interest. We know whose interests they are protecting, but I can tell you the Emeka Beke administration does not elapse until October next year. And whatever is the case, we are going to see it to the end, because until our tenure elapses next October, we remain the authentic, legitimate and lawful APC party structure in Rivers State from the ward to the state level. Right. Unless the appeal court says otherwise.
All right. I'll still come back to some of the concerns that you have raised, but before I get to you on that, Emmy, what do you have to say to this story?
Actually, if there is one matter I would have loved to stay away, far away from is this one.
Okay, why?
I would have involved myself in it. Say, when matured men should behave like matured men, and when we have a constitution, I believe that everybody is expected to subject their actions to the rule of the law. That is the reason why you have peace in a society. But if you want to create a state of disharmony, you go against what you are even trying to project, and it's very irritating. Anyways, let's come back to the issue. If there are refined politicians to be mentioned in Rivers State today, I think Dalit Iwoju is one of them. That I can vouch for that. This one is a refined politician in the state, and he's one of those politicians I believe that can ever call me. I say, Emmy, I want to see you. I will not hesitate. I will go and talk and see him, because of the way he has positioned himself, in terms of politicking. And that is by the way. Now, coming to the issue at hand, we are talking about a party that is registered under the laws of the Federal Republic, and the party registered itself as one entity, not as a fragmented bodies that try, to run for an election. So if you know APC as APC, it therefore means that there is one APC. APC might just have branches. That does not mean that we now have Rivers State APC, Delta State APC, this APC when it comes to the law. In the eyes of the law, APC is APC. And the constitution of the party set up organs and assign the responsibilities and how those responsibilities should be carried out. Everything is enshrined in their own constitution. And by precedent, we have several judicial decisions, including the one of Supreme Court, that try to explain to Nigerians that there are issues that are tagged as party affairs. And those party affairs or events remains party decisions. Whatever the party does, that is their affairs. And the court is not expected to intervene or to alter whatever decision the party, is trying, to undertake, except there is issue of a contradiction with the provision of the 1999 Constitution. That is where the court comes in. So what am I trying to say here in essence? You see, the issue of we are the legitimate, authentic, or whatever recognized party structure in the state. We are not the legitimate recognized party structure. For me, it's just a kind of political brouhaha that people are just engaged in. What do I mean? If the party has a national working committee, the party has NEC, and the party say the highest decision making of the party structure has to do with these people, and the constitution of the party then assigned the power to conduct certain actions. I think it is expected that when you are joining a political party, one thing that should come to your mind first is that the party has an interest. And the interest of the party, I believe, is to win election and form government, or to remain in power, even in perpetuity. So if you are to join such an organization, it's expected that you now subject your own personal interests into the general interest. If you are to pursue your interest, you must pursue that your interest within the caprices of the general interest. But if you try to project your interest above the general interest of party, I think the party will find a way, to try to tame you in order for them to remain in existence. From what you read, I heard that the Rivers State High Court grant an order in perpetuity, right?
Yes, perpetual injunction.
Yes, restraining the party, the APC, from
Tony
interfering or whatever. Tony Okocha. If you are restraining Tony Okocha, you are not restraining the party now. Or are you saying APC should no longer exist in Rivers State? If the court injunction did it restrain APC from existing, it means APC must find a way to exist. They are not saying in Rivers State there should be no APC again. But in Rivers State, by the ritual that we are known for, that the time comes where we conduct our congresses for us to usher in new ESCOs and all that, I don't think there is a court that can stop it. I don't think there is a court that can stop, because it's primarily the decision of the party to so conduct their affairs in the manner they deem it is right for them, in order for them to remain in politics. So, for me, I just want to say that both parties should define their political interests and find a way to play themselves into the mainstreams of politics, because you can't exist without the national party. Without the national APC, you can't exist. In fact, the APC can even remove you. I remember at a time, even in this River State, or is it Amakri? With all due respect to him, I think I remember at a time the APC at the national removed them now. Heaven did it fall, because it's a decision of the party, and they went home.
All right.
Let us have people who understand the politics in place. I think it will be better for both of them.
All right. Emmy, you also raised some salient points that I want to marry both together and then ask Olorin a question. You said that in the first instance, the perpetual injunction was against Tony Okocha caretaker-led committee, not against the APC National Working Committee. It wasn't against the APC NEC. Now, in this instance, is it Tony Okocha, or Lauren, this question is to you, is it Tony Okocha that is organizing these state congresses, or the APC National that's organizing the state congresses?
Well, congresses are being done by the national.
All right.
The national. And we are aware that the national will not do these congresses in a vacuum. It has to work with the state structure.
All right.
So much such that if there is no existing structure to help the national conduct its affairs in the state, then the national cannot do that. So the national must have a structure on ground to work with, either outgoing to help incoming, right? So now the contention now is that who on ground is the legitimate structure to work with?
What state structure is the National Working Committee working with?
That is my point.
And your argument is that the state recognized the Mecca Beke as a legitimate state structure.
That is not Tony Okocha. So the national, if there must be any congresses, but in any case, you don't approbate and reprobate. Like the national, the constitution spells out a particular tenor for every organ, for every structure, right? So I just told you earlier that our own tenor, because I'm the AG executive, our tenor from ward to AG to state will not elapse until next year, October. So how come we want to conduct another congresses
when your tenure
has not elapsed? My tenure has not expired. I want to come and conduct congresses must wait till next year. However, even after that next year, this national will only come to the state to conduct and work with our own structure, such that we will be those to usher in new executives as national will oversee, and not the illegitimate or unlawful, illegal Tony Okocha-led fashion, which has already been known by the court.
All right. Now, there are two issues now on ground, two structures. One, it's authenticated by the court. The other one derives its powers from the National Working Committee. That's the reality. Because you recall, Olorun, that after the judgment by the court reinstating Emeka Bekee,
Okay.
the National Working Committee, APC National, came out to say that they do not recognize that court judgment. And they also said that they were not party to that suit. That it was Ganduje as a person and the APC National Secretary as an individual. APC National was not a respondent in that matter. So Ganduje, was a respondent in his capacity as an individual and not in his capacity as APC National Chairman. So they said that the injunction, whatever decision the court made, the restrictions was not on APC as a body. Now, they went ahead to say that they recognize Tony Okocha as the Caretaker Committee Chairman of Rivers State. And you recall, Olorun, that at the expiration of the 6 months of Tony Okocha, they reinstated him again. You are aware of that, yes? They reinstated him again. So now there are two issues on ground. Married to the concern Emi raised when he said that the party has its constitution and that Supreme Court already, there is a precedent already where the Supreme Court says that the court cannot meddle into party affairs. But then, so far, the court has been addressing issues related to parties and it has been obeyed. So I want you to address that before I come back to Amy to ask Amy the same question. Amy, I also want you to address this as well. Go ahead.
First and foremost, why do you have the judiciary in the country? Now, you are saying that the party doesn't want to obey the court ruling. Isn't that unthinkable to even say? Now, you talk about Ganduje. Who is Ganduje? Ganduje is the national party chairman of APC.
Was APC a respondent or Ganduje a respondent?
I just told you. APC is not a vehicle without people.
Now, you see, the thing is the technicality.
Are you with me?
Listen.
Who is APC?
There is a difference.
I'm an APC member. Listen, I'm an APC member, right?
Go ahead.
Okay. What is party without members? Mm-hmm. Could there be a party without membership, without members? Can any party be a vacuum? Because in the first place, the party is inanimate. It is human beings that come together to form a party. So without the people, there's no party. Do you understand? So trying to bring the irrational logic of saying that Ganduje in his capacity and Ganduje as a party chairman, does it relate?
All right.
Who is Ganduje? Ganduje is APC National Party Chairman. So who would have acted in his stead?
Olorun, now listen. When you say it's irrational, cases are won and lost on the technicalities you call irrational. Cases are won and lost on those technicalities. Now, let me use you as an example.
Okay.
Someone has a case against APC, LMA local government. And now, instead of the person suing APC, LMA local government, or making APC, LMA local government a respondent in the matter, the person brings Olorun Godwin as a respondent and then brings the name of your chairman as a respondent and not APC, LMA local government. If I may ask you another question, have you seen court cases or litigations where Nigerian police, the MPF, is a respondent? Have you seen a situation where probably an institution has an issue with someone,
okay,
and the person sues the institution, but it was someone in the institution that caused bodily harm or whatever to that person, or that made that person aggrieved so much to go to court? Have you seen a situation where the person sues the institution? When you take an institution to court, it's different from when you take an individual to court.
The suit filed by Emeka Bekee. Are you telling me that APC wasn't a respondent in the matter?
I just told you APC National's response when they said they will not recognize Emeka Beke's
because
action.
they are not.
So I would like you to address that. Okay, you said their response was irrational.
I'm asking you now that the suit filed. Have you read the suit filed? Have you seen the copy of the suit that APC wasn't a respondent?
Well, you should be the one answering because I've already asked
I just told you that what they are saying is unfounded.
Oh,
yes, it's unfounded because they are part of the suit. They are part of the suit. So it's unfounded. Unless you're telling me that those who fight the case from the Emeka Beke...
Apparently, they are part of the suit. And interestingly, if they are part of the suit, how come? Because this is another technicality. Though Tony Okocha has appealed the matter, but if they are part of the suit, how come the court gave perpetual injunction only to Tony Okocha-led Caretaker Committee not to interfere with Emeka Beke? Now, because the argument that the APC National will present will be that no injunction was given to them, so they are at liberty to hold congresses. You could talk about Emeka Beke, and Emeka Okocha now will argue that he's simply obeying the order of the National Working Committee. He is not in any way interfering with Emeka Beke. Because in this instance, the National Working Committee has chosen to work with Tony Okocha Caretaker Committee. How do you relate? Are you understanding the technicality and how it can affect decisions and actions moving forward?
Like I've said earlier, certain bodies or interests or personalities have actually constituted themselves into a lawless people, lawless personalities, in the sense that we are aware of several cases of disregard or disobedience to court rulings. So if the APC National have chosen to go the other way against the side of the law, there's no problems. Recall what you said, that this same thing happened 2018
that affected
APC in the state. So there's no problem. Let's continue in that way. Let's continue. Right. The Supreme Court has said that you can't build something on nothing, right? So let's see how it goes. If the party wants to toe the path of illegality or legitimacy, let's see how it goes. The same party, National, was there when it couldn't. The party in the state couldn't field candidates for a whole general election, from state assemblies to National House of Reps to Senate to governor. So it's okay if you can't learn from what you have said. That if you don't learn from history, then you have yourself to be blamed.
All right, Emmy, what do you have to say to the concern raised by Olorin Godwin when he talked about the national organizing Congress without liaising with the Emeka Beke executives in Rivers?
Here is my friend. He knows. So anything that has to do with his own interest, I should be backing him up and all that. But I tell you, there are certain issues that we want to, speak the truth to, for the sake of national interest and for tranquility in the society. We are talking about APC as a party, and we are talking about the powers of the National Working Committee. The question that we want to ask that is very simple is that, does the National Working Committee of APC has the power to dissolve a state ESCO?
Do they have the power to dissolve the state ESCO?
If they answer, I don't even expect him to answer. Anyways. If they have the power to dissolve, it means they are still within the bounds of the law. But some people are arguing, like Olonwe, my friend, is arguing that their tenure has a lifespan and it has not elapsed. So they will want to serve until October next year. But the party is not saying that we are a vehicle. We want to move. We want to win elections. We want to have a harmonious party structure in Rivers State. And by conduct of congresses, it is not the states that organize the congresses, but rather it is supervised, planned, organized, funded, whatever, by the national. So the national set up a kind of a branch. Come, be our idea. Do this for us. This is what we want you to do. So the structure at the state level, the local government, they are like messengers. Messengers employed to perform certain functions on behalf of the main body. So I think like I said earlier, the APC, these things can be resolved politically. There is always political solution to this. But if we have so much ego, and we display that ego politically to an extent, it actually, takes us away from the mainstream of politics, and we will lament, we should not definitely help. Emeka Ibekeka, actually, I expected them to approach the National Working Committee and begins to, play their politics, lobby the way they want to lobby, because even the National Working Committee of APC has a grouse against them. They are saying a court have sacked you before now. Did you?
I was coming to that.
A court has sacked you before now. Were you patient enough to exhaust the processes of the court that you people went through, rather than coming to the party and face the organs of the party that are constituted to look at issues that has to do with the party? But you people went to court. A court has sacked you before now. So why didn't you wait for the decision of the appeal court that you went to and all that before you went to a high court again to seek another coverage? So these are some of these issues. Like I said earlier, I never really, in fact, for me, I didn't really wanted to contribute to this matter. But although we got me, my friend, and all that, people should just put yourself together and play the politics. This thing has to do, there is political solution to this. You want to serve the party, fine. Play the politics for the party to repose their interest in you and their trust in you, and give you the responsibility to serve. But if we say, okay, you want to fight the party, I don't think the state chapter can win.
Emmy, you just preempted this angle of this conversation. I actually didn't really want to delve into, but since you brought it up, I will now ask you questions, Olori Gordon. You recall that after your election in 2021, the election of Emeka Beke faction in 2021, the State Working Committee became factionalized. And the State Working Committee is made up of 17 members, correct? 17?
No, we are around 26.
I'm aware that it's 17.
No, that's PDP is 17.
However,
I think
APC is 17. Go and do your maths.
The State Working Committee.
Yes,
okay, State Working Committee.
Yes.
The structure is the same now.
It's 17, that's what I'm saying. Now, out of that 17, 12 fell out with Emeka Beke as the chairman. Emeka Beke had on his side, I think, the state's legal advisor and 2 others or thereabouts. But the majority, there was division. That have developed to PDP. Hold on. We have all those.
Okay, no problem.
There was division in the State Working Committee, which actually ended up in litigation. And it was that litigation that removed Emeka Beke, that sacked Emeka Beke. The court sacked Emeka Beke as the Emeka Beke-led executives, as executives of APC Rivers State. Emeka Beke went on appeal. Now, the question would be, if Emeka Beke went on appeal, why start the same matter at a lower court when the appeal court matter has not been, when that matter itself has not been fully exhausted at all levels of appeal?
Like I said before.
So now, if that is the case, which brings me to the second question, if that is the case, which judgment takes preeminence?
Like I've said,
because in order of judgments, they would always say, go with the first judgment.
But political interests and the activities of politics and politicians with the judiciary has been so characterized with too many irregularities. And some particular interests or particular tendencies are tilted towards the pleasing certain powers or interests who have a superior influence over circumstances or situations. And as such, the issues on ground cannot be separated from vested interests who wants their way, who wants to have their way. Recall that there were issues, even those who indicated that matter then already defected to PDP. We have documents, we have everything, the graphics, we have everything to support these claims. One particular one, I will say it, is I think the assistant state secretary, I think from my local government, Honorable Frederick Oyo. He is the state ESCO from Elime Ejie. So he already defected to PDP. We have dates to back this up. Now the same person who defected to PDP will come again to begin to institute the matter and sign a petition against the chairman. How does it add? It doesn't add up. Do you understand? So it was even faulty. That was what we contested. It was even faulty. But whatever is the case, we've gone past that phase. The reality now is that Chief Emeka Beke is the party chairman of APC.
Right. Now,
so I want to come in here, please.
All right, go ahead.
The issue we are debating here is very simple. A matter instituted before a court of competent jurisdiction. The matter is still lying fallow before the court. Has that matter been discontinued or withdrew from the court that stipulates that these people are no longer our members and therefore we are discontinuing the matter? The answer is no. If the matter is still pending before the court, whether in terms of appeal, in whatever form, it means that the matter is still in the court until it is discontinued by the litigant or the interested parties. So even the party, when Loresha was talking about technical the other time, I wanted to smile, but I said, let me hold myself because this is my friend.
Nobody says you not smile. It's your right to smile.
I said, let me hold myself.
It is your right to smile. Nobody say.
The party at the national level can still hold on to this as one of a blow to knock off the Emeka Beke led ESCO or the faction of the APC in Rivers State by telling you that we have a court information that there is a litigation before an appeal that has to do with us. Because we will say, oh, the APC is the APC. They are the father to the structure at the state level. So whatever decision that is going to affect the APC decisions. So if they show you that they have a document to say that there is a litigation before the court on an appeal level, and that matter has not been dispensed with, it still stand valid until it is discontinued. So I recommended earlier that they should find a political solution to all of this. If you want to serve in the APC, you want to remain in the APC, this is a party affair. There is a common language that you say a family matter. So they can just make it a family matter and ensure that there is peace. Who want to serve can serve, who don't want to serve. So you can go. After there is still room for people to procure form and still run again for same position.